in Kigali, where the national men's senior team for basketball, the Silverbacks, qualified for the finals, which will take place in Kigali, Rwanda, from 24th to 5th of September. And you might have also been informed that Uganda is poised to play alongside other great nations in the basketball world, and specifically Uganda is in the group D, alongside Senegal, Cameroon, and South Sudan. This has been a long journey for us as a country to now start featuring prominently in the African Cup of Nations final, the field of basketball. And I want to take this opportunity to thank the leadership of Uganda, Federation of Uganda Basketball Associations, led by the able Council Nasser Sedon George and his executive, and all the basketball family, the players and the managers of the team. I also note that in all the struggle, government of Uganda played its key role of support. In the first window in November 2020 in Egypt, you are aware what happened, where Uganda performed exceedingly well and only losing to Egypt. Morocco, Cape Verde were all beaten. That opened a leeway for the second window, which was scheduled to be held in Monastir in Tunisia. But unfortunately, our national team players, some of them were affected by the COVID, and therefore our team could not continue in the tournament. All these have been an event supported duly by government through National Council of Sports. We are happy that even the difficult situation of COVID, even when National Council of Sports did not have the requisite funding, through the able leadership of FUBA, they were able to mobilize the resources and the players in the diaspora to meet in a residential camp arranged in Alexandria en route to Morocco, which to me laid a very strong foundation for the successful qualification. What is obvious is that our national men's team, the Silverbacks, was able to beat Morocco in their own soil, which is a very rare occurrence. And that was the victory that had us qualification to the Afro-basket finals. Just like any competition, we now expect focus from the athletes, the basketballers, and the team as the team leaves for Kigali a week before the tournament. Because of the COVID protocols required from all participating countries, the team is required to arrive days before so that the COVID test, relevant PCR tests are conducted for assurance and also for any risk reduction challenge that may come prior to the event. As of now, I'm being informed that our team is in good health condition and they're due to take their COVID test, I think today, for the maiden trovo. I want, on behalf of National Council of Sports and government, to once again thank government of Uganda through the Ministry of Education and Sports and the able leadership of the Senior Minister, the First Lady, and the Minister of State for Sports, for ensuring that the necessary funding required for this trip has been availed to us. It is therefore my great honor to inform Ugandans that government through National Council of Sport has been able to pay 100% of the requests of Federation of Uganda Basketball Association, which totaled to the tune of $65,830 for the final tourney in Kigali. We have also been able, in Uganda shillings of course, that takes it to around 234,354,800, using the current exchange rate of 3,560 Uganda shillings. But also we are aware of the preparation which has to be done, non-residential and residential preparations, where we have provided additional 29,696, which in Uganda shillings amounts to 105,645,200, against a budget of 67,345. Adjustments were done because the protocol demand for participation required teams to be a week earlier. And you are aware by now we had expected our team to be in Egypt for a residential camp. And also for the late release of the fund, because this fund is going to be released today, and therefore FUBA could not do much in their own. But we think the remaining 1 week, the players have not been sleeping, they have been in training camp, and they will be able to settle the dust before the final competition. I want, on behalf of Council, on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sports and the sports subsector, to relay my appreciation once again to the media as well, and all the friends of sports in this country for rallying behind the Silverbacks. And as we talk now, we have hope that their participation will mean more than just showing up, but to effectively represent as a country in the biannual competition. This would be the third appearance, fourth appearance, and consistent appearance. And this, we hope, will continue. To our team, the under 16 in Egypt, you are aware, they have also been participating in the AFCON for under 16 category. And I still want to thank the Federation for ensuring that much as the program was crowded, but the two sides were able to represent the country everywhere. I say this for God and my country. The next presentation will be a formal handover of the funds to the President. I want to say that this money is available. We decided to have this money to allay fears of my friend Emanzi and other media people who always like castigating government, that we don't give money, we give hair, and we give money when the team is back in the country. So for the first time, we have used the other way around. The money is in the cash here. So if you are doubting Thomas, you should now believe that we speak what we talk. So I want to invite the President of the Federation of Uganda Basketball Association, Mr. Nasser. Here, I'm going to open. What is inside here is the real money. Maybe if you are doubting, just take one sample. Or take one sample. This is sample. This is Uganda shillings. Just a sample. This is 340 million Uganda shillings. To support our national senior team, the Silverbacks, and they will enter Kigali as triumphant team, and they will come back as victorious as we expect. to welcome them in Entebbe in a big way with the cup. So I thank you all for coming, and please, the good guest of government, let the team go with all the successes as we are envisaged for good and account.
And as the Federation of Uganda Basketball Associations, FUBA, we would like to thank government of Uganda for having come out at such a critical moment when our participation at the Afro-basket was under threat. But this is a timely gesture from our government, and we would like to say thank you for this, because as a president of the basketball fraternity, I wouldn't imagine a situation where our men's national basketball team, the Silverbacks, would miss out on this prestigious tournament. As you're all aware, this is the third consecutive Afro-basket that we are taking part in, and we have made tremendous progress as basketball in Uganda, having qualified, beating Morocco in Morocco. That was not the main achievement. And if you've been following, as a result of that, we are now ranked number 13 in Africa, above all our neighbors in the region, which is not a main achievement, and that is as a result of this qualification. Yes, we have not had the desired preparation as we wanted. Our program was to go and come in Alexandria, and then travel from there to Kigali. But nevertheless, we shall use the remaining days for us to prepare in the best way that we can. And I can assure you that regardless of all the challenges, our target is for us to make the quarterfinals. One would say that a country that has not won a game at Afro-basket, how do you set the bar so high? But I know what we are capable of. I know the team we have. We have assembled the best team ever. Some people would argue that it cannot be the best team before it is tested, but I can assure you, we said this before going to Morocco, and I can assure you that we are going to do all that we can within our means to make sure that we put up a very good performance in Kigali. As of now, we plan to travel by tomorrow, because we are supposed to quarantine for a minimum of 7 days. But we are in talks with the authorities in Kigali to give us exceptions to that, and we hope that we shall get that. And then also we are in talks with them to allow us at least in these remaining days to be able to practice in Kigali while in quarantine, but also be able to practice, and we hope that all that will be accepted. Thank you very much.